Good Saturday morning, SMF MMTs. The time is 10:34 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The date happens to be a good day. And that date today is 11/13 of 2010. As we gather here today, we're gathering here on the VXN. It's called the SMF MMT Trader VXN 1 weekly chart. And each one of these weekly lines here have a certain movement. And it's a fear indicator. When this breaks higher, that's when the back half of this trade would be when this breaks higher, you would want to be long the SQQQ bear fund. You would also want to have the VXN calls. You would want to be short the Nasdaq 100. And you can buy put options and strike prices on the Nasdaq 100. It pays big in those option trades. So there are various different types of other related trades that when we're at this historical low, there is no fear in the market at all whatsoever. And basically it means that people are very complacent in their own nature. And generally when you're this low is when the crowd is the most exuberant in their price action and their Wall Street behavior transactions. And basically every time that we come down here, you know, you get these little sell-offs and you get these pops. When this thing is breaking out like that, I mean, here we're at very historical low levels and we got an uptick on this weekly chart. And I'm going to pull up the hood. And basically what I'm going to do in here is, first of all, watch these little things change here. Watch these gauges. I'm going to populate your historical data in your SMF MMT market maker platform. Watch. Look. Here it goes. Look at it move. Boy, isn't that something? Them gauges. Well, when these things move a certain way, then that means that price action in indexes and everything alike. And it's very important that the complacency got down here. Now, when you're looking at a reversal in the indexes, basically MMTs, when this is going higher in value up like that, you can see down here, this is called the Nasdaq 100 weekly. And this VXN fear indicator is related to this Nasdaq 100 and the Nasdaq comp, but per se in here. Now, when we broke out, these big breakouts to these tops is when we have these big corrections here. So when that goes up, these automatically go down, MMTs. And basically right here with this uptick, this goes up in value, this continues to fall. So basically the reason why I'm overlaying them and putting them in here is that when this goes down, see how it went all the way down? See how that went down? Right here, went down. Then that's when this broke higher. So when this goes down, it's time to be long. When this is going to go up, it's going to be time to be short, and they're going to confirm each other. You can buy VXN calls. You can buy puts here. There are so bear and the bull. You can short the bull, go long the bear. I mean, you could put on literally 6 or 7 trades within just using the SMF market maker system and the market maker platform that empowers only SMF MMTs. And the SMF MMTs, they're going to learn directional price movement. And when one is working that way, one is going to be failing that way. And that means I'm going to be long the bear and I'm going to be short that bull. That means I'm going to have put options here on the Nasdaq 100 and I'm going to have calls on the VXN to go with it. And there's a few others that I can throw in there. That means some of the, if this is going to go higher, that means that the bear and bull technology funds, I'm going to short. Oh yeah, I'm going to short the tech bull. I'm going to go long that tech bear when we're in a correction mode, because if those go higher, those instruments are oversold right now and they're going to go higher. And price action, MMTs. Let it be known, MMT. I'm going to show you your ratio right here, MMT, 21.09. I closed above. Watch this, MMT. There's that last weekly print. I closed 1.46 positive ratio. That positive ratio, half bar ratio, MMT, continues to ascend going north toward 190, 210, 220, going up in value. That means that this will be going up, and that means that this will be going down right here, and this will be going up, and this will be going down. And I get to get price action. And I get to put on trades during options expiration week that is coming up. And it means that this trend here has made a change by closing 1.46, which means $1.46 above, which is 1.46 ratio above. That's a trend change. Before, it was minus down here. It was minus 318. Now it went from 2109 up to 2255. That's a move that has taken place in the fear VXN indicator. That means that that ratio is going higher. You got to be long the bears and shorting those certain kinds of bulls. And it means that equity prices in general will hit their upper end of their trends and they will slide to bid. And basically in this Nasdaq 100 all last trading week, and even on Friday on the homepage of the site, we called for weekly reversal. Slide the bid. Equities, if this is going higher, that means that when you are long in equity, you're going to be selling and selling short because it's going to roll over anyway. MMTs. And MMTs, I've got to tell you, it's the most wonderful thing in price action because you're right in the middle of the public. The platform never tells you wrong. And it tells you where that ratio imbalance is in price action and how to trade against the public SMF MMTs, because we all know that irrational exuberances are created at historical lows before the storm hits. And the thing about it is there's a directional change in 1 week of the trend now. We've had several breakout weeks over here. And like I said, within the trend, that was not a true reversal bar here on the Nasdaq 100. And that showed in here because when this kept falling in value, this wasn't going to go lower either. When this ticks up in value, though, you can see that stocks go down. You can see that clearly. Look at here. When this went down over here, this is that January or that early 2010 rally that we had right here. Hopefully it's totally in the video. Yeah, it is. So you can see where that down move was. When that was falling, this was breaking higher. You can see they go invert of each other. MMTs. I'm long here. I would be short here. I am long here. I would have been long the bull when this is happening. When this is happening, I would be long the bull. I'd be long the bull. I'd be short the bear when that happens. I would be shorting the bear. Okay? When it falls, it's time to go long the bull. When this falls in value, you can see the breakout correlations. You can see everything that you're going to be learning new. SMF MMTs, it's going to guide you in the right ETF directional price action movement. You can literally have that tape printing 5 debits, positive debits at one time in one trade by understanding where, why, what, when, price actions, indexes, headline events, everything that goes on in Wall Street. We've got their behavior pegged. These are delta lines. As a matter of fact, a full delta is 2.76. If we go up 5 or 6 deltas here of that weekly delta, it changes every week, changes every day actually. This is a very dynamic pricing platform. It's always pricing the public's behavior transactions. And you can see how the behavior transactions in Wall Street have a tendency of repeating themselves revolvingly over and over and over at these price action lines in the SMF platform. There's nothing like this. This is not sold to the public. This is for MMTs. MMTs make their money. They make their way. They make their directional movement. They've got everything voice activated. They've got everything that puts them in the directional movements. They've got everything at their very fingertips. So when things like this go straight down, things like this are going straight up. This is how the MMT is empowered in price action movement, because it's important that when this starts to go down, I trade a certain way in that direction, and I trade a certain way in this direction long. This is Nasdaq 100 down here. And this is related to the back half, and this is called the fear or complacency indicator or exuberant indicator. Basically, what happens is that the lower that this goes, it means that most of the people are all in the market and that a correction is around the corner. And MMTs are taught how to get those movements and how to short equities and why equities aren't going to break higher, when it's time to take profits. There are so many things that the SMF MMTs learn in their trade management plans with their master SMF MMT trader, Nasdaq 100 weekly, and their SMF MMT trader VXN weekly. That's going to guide them through the right kind of trade management in ETFs and certain options that can be traded when we have these reversals in play. And I just want people to know that those were those time frames there. But right back here, once again, these are where ratios in both brains will have a change. You'll have your ratios down here going the wrong way, and the ratios here that go the right way is going to tell every one of my MMTs exactly what damn side of the market to be on, and that they will do the right and correct trade management. I have called for a weekly reversal in the VXN, and we will see if there's follow through. Everything in your platform, in your master info panels down here will confirm it, MMTs, and shorting that and going long.